Fantastic. And although I wasn't around for the previous one, here with me today is Zam and his mate Ray, and we're going to be doing the Mandalorian episode 2 discussion, review, chit chat, natter, whatever you want. We're going to do it. Welcome to the stream. Right, so episode 2. I wasn't around for the episode 1 discussion, so I'll just briefly talk about that if that's all right.
Please.
Yeah, so I enjoyed episode 1. I enjoyed the kind of the premise of it and all of that. The only thing for me that was a setback still feels very dumbed down. Like the script was very simplified. It just kind of had that Disney feel to it. Other than that, the action was great. The brutality of the Mandalorian is fantastic. The inclusion of the IG, I forget what it was. Was it 88 or was the other one? I forget.
IG-11.
That's the one. IG-11. Yeah, it was a good laugh in it. The shocking ending as well, because it's like, at this point you think all the Jedi are wiped out, but then here comes this little Yoda thing, which is pretty cool. But the main thing that stood out for me, apart from obviously seeing like the broken like stormtroopers and like old Imperial officer, which I absolutely loved, and I hope they explore that more coming up. Not just like he sends him out to get something and then that's it. But the thing that stood out for me the most was the score. The music in The Mandalorian is unflipping believable. Like I just love it so much, and I just think Ludwig Göransson is an excellent replacement for John Williams, who's going to retire after Episode 9. He won't be doing any more Star Wars, or he won't be composing anymore. I think he's fully retiring.
He's in his late 80s.
He will, exactly. So I think Ludwig would be a fantastic replacement for him. So overall, episode 1, it was a good introduction. It did what it needed to do, and on to episode 2. And I'll let Zam take this one.
Before I go on to episode 2, I just want to quickly add a couple of things I liked about episode 1. I just want to share it with you, Ginge. Was just the very, very beginning of the episode where he just walks into the saloon. I mean, it's got Clint Eastwood spaghetti western written all over it. Even the doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. It could have been wow, 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 wow. Yeah. It really could have gone there. It really could have gone there, man. It was absolutely great. That whole scene, very Sergio Leone, and the shootout with him and IG-11 versus those bad guys. That for me is the best shootout I've ever seen in Star Wars. Absolutely 100%. Fantastic.
Yeah, 100%.
All the things they've done, that was the best one. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I really felt the excitement of it. It was very cool. Now on to episode 2. So we'll start with how episode 2 began. But hello there, Leah Furby. Welcome.
Hey, Leah. Welcome.
Episode 2 basically begins where episode 1 left off. The Mandalorian is walking through these canyons on a planet which is, I believe personally to be Tatooine, and we will get into this. I think, by the way, Ginger, you might as well put spoilers into the title as well. I recommend, because I think we're going to be talking spoilers, mate.
Oh yeah, it's review and discussion anyway, so it's blatant spoilers.
100% spoilers, by the way, everyone. Just so you know. Yeah, so I personally feel that this planet is Tatooine, and we'll get to that in a sec. But he's walking along, and he gets ambushed by other bounty hunters who also want this Yoda baby. And he beats the crap out of them, but he gets injured in the process. I mean, what I did like about this show, and what I feel these shows are going to be quite action-packed. And straight off at the beginning of this episode, it had a little bit of an action scene with him surviving a fight. What do you think of it, Ginge?
Where the ambush scene was excellent. It was a nice, good, well put together, well choreographed fight. And again, it just shows like his ruthlessness. He'll just disintegrate a motherfucker that goes after his bounty.
Exactly.
And I loved that bit. Just seeing at the time, I'm just thinking this gun is like a sniper rifle / cattle prod, and then he just incinerates somebody with it, and I was just like, oh yes, this is This is excellent. Can I just say as well, I hate the marketing manipulation behind that Baby Yoda, because that thing is bloody cute. That's
gorgeous.
really cute, and
Baby
I want one.
Gorgeous.
You bastards.
By the way, it's Randy Orton. By the way, Randy Orton's in the chat. Welcome, Randy.
Hello, Randy.
Ray, what do you think of it? I mean, Ray, by the way, we haven't had his thoughts at all on episode 1, let alone episode 2. I mean, what would you like to say, Ray?
Episode 1 was a great introduction to the character. I love the way that he was so silent at the beginning, and it just the progression all the way through where they kind of reveal his personality, so that he just had amazing character acting. I just thought the Mandalorian character was it was a great way of introducing him.
I mean, he was a guy who was a badass, but he doesn't know everything, which was what I liked about it. Which was
that's what I like, is that he's rough around the edges. He's not like perfect, but he's also ruthless.
Yeah,
I think that shows great depth. Basically, what you have is a guy that's, he's not like perfect at everything. He gets the job done, and he's doing it obviously to preserve his own people, which you got from the hint of obviously episode 1. So his lot must have been like severely massacred, and he ended up an orphan, and so he's just doing his bit to kind of save his species. So he's not doing it for himself. He's bounty hunting for the collective, which I think is it's really good. Yeah,
they kind of hinted at that with the scene where they were making his armor piece, and they kind of like showed that there was something else in the background that he's kind of working towards.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, after he deals with those dickheads, he goes back to his ship. This was brilliant. This was brilliant. And his ship is stripped to shit, and by Jawas, man. Fucking Jawas. This is why
we got the Jawas.
This is why I feel this is Tatooine, because Jawas to me seems to be, indigenous to a particular planet. I'm not sure if you've ever seen Jawas outside of Tatooine. If you have, please forgive me, but I can't recall.
No, I don't think I have. Even in the games, they were.
I'm not sure in the Clone Wars possibly, but I always thought they were indigenous to Tatooine. Like they're scavengers. I mean, they don't come across as space travelers, do they? So you see your stereotypical Jawa junker, and they realize they've been had after doing an LA chop shop, so to speak, job on the Mandalorian. On the Mandalorian. It was beautiful. I loved every minute of it. Mark, welcome. Anyway, and then it ends up being a really good action scene. Now, for me, I'm not sure if you picked up on certain elements. I'm going to mention another film later on, but initially I felt they took elements from Last Crusade with the tank fight.
Yeah.
In this particular thing, there was a lot of elements of that, but I like the way, like, it was almost like a game, like with those things which pop out the bloody, in the board game, those things that pop out.
Yeah, it was a mixture of whack-a-mole and Donkey Kong.
Yeah, whack-a-mole, that's it. Yeah, but it's
whack-a-mole and Donkey Kong.
The way he treated those Jawas by disintegrating, he didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? He wasn't being nice. What the fuck is stealing from me? I'm going to destroy you, and he did that. And what a great way, to show, like, people getting killed in a PG show, but by disintegrating them. No blood, no guts, nothing. Nobody. They just disappeared. Excellent. And they might do that more often in this show, in a way,
which is fine by me. I
loved it just because they're sort of semi-cute little characters. Who gives a shit? Bang, bang, bang. I loved his ruthlessness. I absolutely loved it. Yeah. What you got to say on that particular scene?
It was a great comical fight. The way that when he was hanging off the side and they were just kind of destroying their own little tank to make him fall off. I thought it was just put a great bit of comedy to the fight, and I was laughing my ass off the whole way through.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the same. I got a very Last Crusade vibe off of it for sure. And then it just culminates where he gets to the top and he's just like, zap, and down you go.
That was absolutely brilliant. And the whole time he's being followed by Baby Yoda and stuff.
Yeah, that little pod just right there behind.
Yeah.
It was really good, really well. Like the action scenes in this were a lot better shot as well. Apart from obviously the shootout in episode 1, but episode 2 had a different director, and you could kind of tell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I just, for me, I love the fact that we got to see the Jawas. We got, them a bit more fleshed out as well. They're just like fucking travelers that just go around, steal your shit, and sell it back to you.
Yeah, exactly. Now
But,
he meets up with Nick Nolte's character. I forgot his name.
I'll forget his name as well.
But by the way, fantastic character. I mean, I Have Spoken will become a meme for life.
Yeah.
He's got to be on t-shirts and everything, and his voice suits that character perfectly. And he's a very likable character too, and honorable, extremely honorable. He's not doing anything for money. He's doing it, he sees the greater good in what he does. He meets up with him, and then they deal with the Jawas, and then it becomes a set piece for the show where he has to get an egg for the Jawas in order to get his parts back for his ship. And this egg is in the cave of an alien rhinoceros. I mean, he pretty much is an alien rhinoceros, a furry one to a degree.
Not furry rhinoceros.
Yeah, but muddy. I mean, this fight was pretty cool. I liked how it was done. Now, there's something concerning me overall about regarding this fight, which is something I never wanted, was anything to do with Jedis and Force and all that sort of shit. And that element straight away in episode 2 of the Mandalorian was in play. Baby Yoda used the Force to save the Mandalorian, because the Mandalorian was there for the taking, but for the Rhino, he was about to kill him. And if it wasn't for him, elevating the Rhino with the Force, the Mandalorian would have been dead. And that kind of concerned me because I really didn't want any of that. I wish this, I didn't want any of that. But okay, I'm liking the show. I'm not going to let that bug me too much, But I kind of, in a way, seeing Baby Yoda at the end of episode 1, you had to feel that it was going to go there at some point anyway, but it went there straight away in episode 2. It was a good fight. He stabs him in the head. Did you guys like the scene, Ray?
I found the fight very one-sided. Like all the way through, it's always been the other way around. And in this one, for whatever reason, they kind of made the fight in a way that showed the Mandalorian was totally out of his element. And I kind of enjoyed the reveal of Baby Yoda's Force powers, because it was kind of foreshadowed earlier on in the episode when Mandalorian's kind of working on his arm.
Yeah.
And Baby Yoda wanted to come out and kind of do some healing. But it kind of like they kind of put the whole Force thing on hold and saved it as a big kind of reveal later on to go, this is a special baby. What the fuck's going to happen now?
That was funny, actually. When you see Baby Yoda trying to touch his arm and shit,
Yeah, and he just keeps picking him up, putting him back, and he comes back again. I love that bit. I was laughing.
Yeah. I mean, they really made him like Baby Yoda. All the fucking things he wears brown robes for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ, you can find another color. Shit. But yeah, it was still good. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to let my personal gripe, make me judge that. I couldn't help but have to get that off my chest. Nevertheless, I still liked it. I liked how it was done. It was very nice. But
again, I mean, like what I liked about that scene is that again, he's out of his depth. He's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to get my parts back from my ship. I could easily roast all these little pricks. But fine, we'll do a trade. So he goes into a cave. He doesn't know what to expect. Gets a rhino. Kind of call back to episode 2 as well. Not the same species. Obviously, this one has a nose. But it's a big beast, and he's just a normal human. Again, if you see in episode 2, it takes their Force powers to kind of, bring these beasts down. So it shows you like they're not to be fucked with, and that's why the Jawas can't get in there to get the egg, because even like their weapons are probably useless. So, but this was a bit where you knew that Yoda was going to use his Force powers. For me, it was obvious that it was going to happen. It was great when it happened. I've got no problems with like I can't the one thing I can't stand with the films is when they constantly say, "Oh, all the Jedi are wiped out." It's like it's such a vast expanse of a universe that you can't be connected to every element and every force. You know, there's always got to be room for like room for lesser powerful Jedi's and things like that. So the fact that we've got this in there, obviously, given Yoda's age, he's not going to play too big a part in this, in terms of like the Force being a main center point. Because again, don't forget, he's 50 years old, he's still a baby. By the time Rey and them lot come, it's another 20 something years.
I'm not trying to even bother connecting them together, mate. I'm not even going there.
So
a lot of other people
he still wouldn't have grown enough to be of some kind of relevance with the Force. So yeah, there's no exactly. There's no point connecting that to that. It's just its own little thing.
The beginning of the First Order really is what you really want to see more than anything out of this. You know, if there's not necessarily this show should be dedicated to that, but maybe hints of it. You know what I mean? Maybe as the season, not this season, but maybe in future seasons, for sure.
Yeah, maybe down the line towards the end of it. But I really don't care for like I'd rather there's no real connection to the trilogy that's around now, because that thing's an abomination.
As long as you still have elements of the old Empire.
That's what I like. Yeah, you give us a connection to the old Empire.
The new Empire anyway, because they're not going
great. So yeah. No. So obviously, it whoops up the beast, gets the egg, and the Jawas go to town on that egg like it's a fucking drug. Beast sliming, loving it, and he gets all these parts back, and then in one evening they put the whole thing back together, and then off he goes.
That I didn't like. I wish they got the Jawas to help him. That would have been better.
Yeah, it would have got the Jawas to help him. Hold the egg ransom and say, right, go put my ship back together, and then you can have the egg.
Because just him and Nick Nolte fucking doing it together, but oh man, I wish it was them two. You know what I mean? I wish maybe Baby Yoda woke up and just fucking force powered him. Put that shit back together,
put it all back together,
like they did with the lightsabers. In the Clone Wars. Putting it together. You could have done that with a fucking spaceship. But
exactly.
But nevertheless, all right, it is what it is.
It was a shorter episode as well. It was only half an hour. This one,
7 minutes, man.
Huh?
Yeah, 27 minutes.
27 minutes if you take away the credits. Yeah, it was very short. But
it was over
so clearly
before.
they shot the first episode was like meant to be like a 90-minute long episode, and or an hour long, and they've just chopped it up for some reason. But it was short, sweet. I enjoyed it. Again, the score, my God, the score for this bloody show is just blows me away. It's pretty much. It's like a mixture of 80s noir with Ezio Ericoni. What's his bloody name? Spaghetti Western dude.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, mixed with that, and I just love it. So yeah, that's 2 episodes in. So far, so good. Next episode isn't until next Friday now.
So he does leave with the baby, and it makes you wonder what's his role going to be now, because I think he's going to get attached to that kid, whether he likes it or not. And I think he's going to go against his code.
Well, the thing that we actually didn't touch upon was that when he wipes out the ambush, they have a homing beacon, and is that homing beacon connected to his own guild? Meaning that
it wasn't. Oh yeah, it was a homing beacon for the baby.
Beacon.
Yeah, for the baby. Yeah, but he already.
Hang on. Sorry. And it's like, were the guild then given a task to go and kill that thing, whilst they tell to the Mandalorian, off the books, go and find it, or then now that he's found it, they know that he's found it, so other people are coming to kill it. So it leaves a nice couple of questions there to be answered. It's not as straightforward. So yeah, going forward, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's several guilds after that baby, That's for sure. And they all want it killed. Why, if killing it is a good enough option, then why bother wanting it alive in the first place? That's what I don't get.
Because he gets a fat payout if it comes back alive, like a really fat payout, which goes towards helping the Mandalorians.
But what? Yeah, I guess so. But the ones who don't mind it dead, why are they?
Right. Yeah.
You know, if they don't mind it dead, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? It just.
Well, this is it, you know. And who's going after this one then? Because it can't be the old Empire that are going after this if they've already sent the Mandalorian to go and find it. And how come the Jedi are still being hunted?
They could have easily sent other people out, you know, just interviewed each guy individually, you know.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same people. So there's another group. Maybe it is other remnants of the Empire that want to still keep the Jedi like numbers down, and that's why by the time you get to the First Order, the connection to the Force is kind of lost.
I guess so. I just feel I'm surprised they have no idea where Yoda's from. You know.
Yeah. What was he doing on that planet as well? You know.
So yeah, how did he end up there? You know, and
exactly. Why were those people holding him in the first place? Because they were just holding him there. Will it turn out that they were protecting him?
Now, how many episodes are there in this season? 10?
8.
8 at this length.
Oh no,
that's not great, is it? You know, these are some of the bummers. I mean, it can't be this short is ridiculous.
It's you know, it's testing the waters to see. We don't know. Like they've just started filming series 2 now. They've just started, I think, today or yesterday. And I don't know how long that'll be, but I like that. I don't want like series. But the episode should be about 45 to 50 minutes long, not 30. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous because I mean, all right, I respect pacing, but character development too for the additional minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it exactly.
So watch 2 shows. Both shows have a decent amount of action in it. You know, you can pad it out with a bit of character development, and still make it interesting. I mean, I think the only thing is that they don't want Mandalorian to talk too much, I guess. You know.
Yeah, which it's fine, but obviously we know going down the road he's going to encounter Gina Carano's character. I hope I didn't butcher her name there as well. So obviously there'll be a lot more talking there. Maybe they bang. Who knows? Keeps a helmet on. Keeps a helmet on, completely naked.
Yeah, I want to see Mandalorian eat with the helmet on.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
See how he eats with the helmet on.
Yeah, probably for a straw under there. Yeah, liquid food.
Yeah, surely he would want to have something proper, like
he has it intravenously, just to squirt.
Yeah, or just injects it. Yeah.
I need to see. And that. Oh, by the way, the Star Wars toilet in Episode 1. You know.
Yeah.
Finally saw what it looks like, man. Doesn't look very
all tubes on one side and a main bowl as well.
I sit on that angle of that, man. I'll be like sliding down that thing all the fucking time, mate. You know, I mean, I won't be able to fucking wedge my ass on that. You know, I'll be worried I'll be making a mess everywhere.
Oh, mate.
Leaning forward on it like a cubicle.
If your gravity fails on your ship as well, make a turd. Just have a turd just floating around. Yeah,
floating around.
That's why it had all the tubes on it for suction. So you don't want like a turd just going around. Yeah.
So look, predictions for Episode 3. I mean, it's a short episode. I guess there's only so much we can talk about. You know, we still haven't had much character development because it was really. I don't want to call this a filler episode, but you know, this is a bump in the road episode for the Mandalorian. You know,
it felt like it should have been stitched together with Episode 2. Like they should have just been as one. That's what it felt like. It just felt a bit weird. Predictions though for Episode 3. Yeah. Well, I'm guessing he goes back to the old Imperial guard, the Imperial officer,
and just hand Baby Yoda to them. Yeah,
and either hand Baby Yoda over, or there's an ambush and it doesn't happen, something, and that's where we get Gina's character. Yeah. And then he goes to his guild leader and asks, what the fuck? Why were there other guild members there? So yeah, it's left it wide open enough to want to go back and see it.
I think this is what's going to happen. He's going to hand over the baby. He's going to get his Beskar. Then he's going to fuck over those guys, get Baby Yoda back, so he's got the best of both worlds, and then he's going to be on the run.
Possibly.
And I think maybe he might even get disowned by the Mandalorian because he broke the code.
Possibly, yeah.
Something because Mandalorians, they're warriors, but they're honorable warriors. If you said to do a job and you complete it, you don't then stab him in the back after taking payment, which is what I think.
Well, this is it. So maybe him taking Yoda is what he breaks his code with, as opposed to screwing the other guys over. He's just like, look, I don't want you to harm this little thing.
That Beskar, dude. No, yeah. Do you know anything about Beskar armor, by the way?
No.
All right, I've read the books, yeah, and Beskar. The ones like, do you know about Jason and Jacinta Solo?
A little bit, yeah.
They were twins, and Jason became a Sith, and Jacinta had to fight him, and she trained with Boba Fett. And there's a part where Boba Fett is taking her to this armor smith, and the armor smith is whacking Beskar, and she's using she clads herself up with Beskar armor. It's the armor of the Mandalorians and stuff like that. It's a big deal for them, and it's also very rare and expensive and stuff like that. So I just feel that Mando is not going to say no to that fucking Beskar, man. He will want it, especially a crate fall, which apparently Werner Herzog's character has allegedly. So
right, okay.
What do you think? What's going to happen in episode 3?
I think in episode 3 we're going to get a reveal as to who's put the bounty out using other elements of the guild. Episode 1, you see one element by the guy who's put the bounty out for Boba Fett to come and take. So I think that's kind of something that's going to come into play very soon on in episode 3.
Yeah, that's a good prediction as well. That's it really. I ain't got much else to say on it.
Not much more than that, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this show, by the way. About bloody time something good came from Star Wars. We've been waiting decades for some good shit, and finally we got it. And who knew that going back to basics would be it? And
that's all you need. Look, with Star Wars, you just need straightforward. You don't need to be like this fucking annoying thing of everything has to be a secret. Oh, we'll reveal later. Oh, it's like, just fucking there's the bad guys. Fuck them up. Here's some lore. Here's some action. Jesus Christ. It's I'm looking forward to see what they do with Obi-Wan series. The first series is only going to be 6 episodes.
Are they doing more? Well, personally, I don't want it to be more than 1 season. I mean, but personally, I think there's a bit of a cop out here, because if they were going to do a series, then it's got to be from the moment he gives Luke to the last
Uncle
family.
Ben and yeah. And Aunt Farouk, yeah,
he gives it to that family, and he should start from there, right up to him going. Begin and end, and you could do multiple seasons, yeah. But
well, we don't know if they're going to do multiple seasons. It might just be a one-off.
It could be one-off, but this is the cop out. They're going to start at the in the middle of his period on Tatooine. So it's like maybe like 7 or 8 years after Revenge of the Sith, and 8 or 9 years before New Hope.
Yeah, but you know why they're going to do that, isn't it?
Because it's a cop out, bro. It's a cop out. That's why
it's a cop out. But why? So they could do
what? Yeah, flashbacks.
Yeah, filler. That's how you do it. You go a few years in the future, so then when you need some passage of time moments or filler parts on the downtime, you do flashbacks to where it gets to the point of where he got to 8 or 9 years after Order 66 happened.
flashbacks are gonna be. I hate. Oh man, I hate that.
I hate flashbacks as well.
I
I can't
fucking
stand
hate that shit, man. I
hate flashbacks. They really piss me off. It's like I don't need a flashback.
Cop out. There's more cop out.
I have a brain. I can figure out what happened.
I just thought that also they're doing it in the middle of the time because that way they can make a story, and because it's right bang in the middle of his period there, it doesn't have to be connected to Revenge of the Sith or A New Hope. You know, it could be just its own fucking thing if it has to be, and that's why I feel they're doing it then. But personally, I'm not interested in that period because I want to know the moment he gave fucking Luke away, right up to before when he fucking meets Luke when he's 19 years old. I want to know all of that. If you're gonna fucking do it fucking right. All of that.
Yeah, exactly. But he knows him anyway. Old Ben, like Luke knows old Ben already. We established he knows him in episode 4.
I'm totally fine with that. So that you can have interactions. Get Sebastian Stan to play fucking Luke Skywalker, no problem. But they look alike, all that sort of, even though I think Sebastian Stan is considerably taller, but nevertheless, he looks a lot like a young Mark Hamill before he had the boat accident.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, they can do that. I wanted to ask you, Ginge. Before we end this, Jedi Fallen Order. You bought it. You've played it, I guess, for a bit.
I did. Yes, I played it for about an hour and a bit. Then I just fell asleep because I don't know. I needed a nap for some fucking reason. So far so good. It's a mixture of Uncharted, Tomb Raider, and Dead Souls. It's like Dark Souls. Yeah, that's it. The combat is very unforgiving. I kind of like that. When you start off, you're a rookie. And the Empire. These guys are highly trained motherfuckers. So it's tough combat at the beginning. Not too hard. Like I didn't die or anything, but got slapped about a bit. But yeah, I like it. I like so far so good. It's not going to be like it's not going to blow anyone away, but this is very much a reaction, a kind of knee-jerk reaction by EA to be like, oh fuck, we don't want to lose the license, so let's just put together a Star Wars game to keep Disney happy, to keep the fans happy, so that eventually when everything's settled, we can go back to fucking everyone over in one way or another with monetization.
Yeah, exactly.
So
quick fix before they go back to what they want to do.
Exactly. They've got something else planned in the future. I don't know if it's another like MMO.
Out the bag now, surely, man. Surely the cat's out the bag now on this shit. I mean,
well,
it's more and more negative publicity. Yeah.
Star Wars is basically it's just a don't fuck with franchise. The good thing with the fans is that they did show their absolute disdain for Battlefront 2, and that had a ripple effect in the whole industry. So, Star Wars fans are kind of like revolutionaries in consumer terms, because it was like, oh, what the fuck is all this pay-to-win shit? You could do that in Battlefield, you could do that in Call of Duty, where all the idiot casuals go and play. But when it comes to Star Wars, people are like, no, give us something of substance.
Yeah, we're not those fuckers. Yeah,
we're not the fucking idiot casuals. We want some meat on our game, kind of thing.
You're giving us Star Wars. Don't give us fucking Call of Duty with the skin of Star Wars, which is basically what they were giving you guys.
Well, Battlefield. It was Battlefield.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
It was Battlefield.
Yeah.
And it was just disgusting greed, and it just come back to bite them on the ass. So just keep it cosmetic, and don't do no pay-to-win mechanics or battle passes or any of that stupid shit. Do some DLC. That's absolutely fine. Like, for example, Hitman 2 just dropped some a new season pass with some 2 new levels. Well, about 4 new levels, but 2 of those are the sniper ones. Yeah. And it's cut price at the moment. So it's like £16. And the 2 new levels they introduced are brilliant. One is a bank in New York, and the other one is like I think it's like the Maldives and that. So you like this tropical island. Brilliant. Like I can't lie. I've already got I've unlocked everything on those levels and that, because just the replay value on Hitman 2 is excellent. And so, yeah, they released. Obviously, I found it was too expensive when they initially released it, which is like 32 quid. So it's half price now, which I think is more reasonable. 16 quid, 2 levels. I don't really do the sniper ones. So it's really good. So if like DLC stuff never bothered me because it was extra. Oh God, he's calling me. But 1 second. It was just extra to the game as long as they give you a meaty game in the first place, which is again not what companies like EA were doing. They were giving you a third of a game and then more shit incrementally with more DLC, and that was like stupid. So I would say when it comes to Star Wars, just do a good online RPG type game and keep the monetization if you need to have it. Just fucking keep it with customization stuff. Or with Star Wars, just take a hit. The sales always do good enough anyway. But take a hit on that franchise. You don't have to go like all out fucking greedy with that. You can do it with all your other like FIFA is your money maker anyway. So just leave Star Wars, make it for the fans, not
Even
for the bloody shareholders.
FIFA, like they monetize the fuck out of FIFA as well with the packs and shit like that, which is why I've never got into Ultimate Team. It's like I'm like this, where's the camera? You know what I mean? It really, I am like, I just don't want to know. I don't want to I have delved into it, and it's just there's so much micromanagement. It's like, when am I going to fucking play football?
Yeah, exactly.
And when I'm playing pro clubs with these guys and they're talking about Ultimate Team, it's like fucking listening to French. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. So,
and the fact that they do it every year and they spend so much money, it's just stupid.
Well, one of the guys in our group is like spent on like over 500 quid, on Ultimate Team. I mean, we're talking a game which will get replaced every year.
Every year.
And for what? For his own vanity of being good at this game with you. And you spend that money, but you don't get what you want because it's a fucking slot machine, mate.
Exactly.
You gotta hope that you get what you want. You can't even, at least with games like Hearthstone, you might not get what you want, but you can like disenchant cards and use the resources to build the card you do want. Yeah. You don't even have that in fucking FIFA, but that's a whole nother story. We should talk about that on Saturday.
Well, yeah, exactly. But Jedi Fallen Order, so far so good. The scenery is gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, Ray. You got anything you want to add, mate? I'm sorry, kind of leaving you out.
I haven't played any of the games, unfortunately, because I'm not a games console owner, so I'm kind of like living this through your discussion at the moment.
Look, I had vouchers, so I've got it for cheap. I mean, sorry, I was not going to pay fucking 50 quid for that game. It's not worth that much, So for me, I recommend people get it when it goes down in price. It's that kind of game, to be honest. But I've literally, the only games I've bought this year are Division 2, which was shit, and I got rid, and I replaced it for Anthem, which was shit, and I got rid, and I replaced it with nothing, vouchers. And that, so those are the only games I've bought this year. Jedi Fallen Order, I bought the Nintendo Switch, which is great, by the way. But that doesn't count because the games are all like last year, except for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which was shit. So this is like, I don't buy fucking games anymore. So this is why I went out and bought this today, because I wanted something to fucking play. And yeah, so far so good. It's enjoyable. So yeah, that's it. Nothing else to add.
Yeah, me too. When's episode 3 coming out?
Friday.
Oh, so it's every Friday now.
It's every Friday now, and I think there's 1 week before the last episode. That's a double episode release as well. So Tuesday and Friday. Yeah, but I'll keep you updated anyway. For me, it just pops up when it's available. So yeah, that's it. All right, we'll end the stream. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming. Join us tomorrow. Maybe not me, but the others. Tomorrow when they'll be talking about everything, even this.
Yeah.
Jumping in, going, you must die. Anyway, see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining us. Arrivederci.
Good night.